Okay, guess what? We are live tonight. It is Late Night Craft Talk. This show has actually been pre-recorded with James, myself, and Tawny, but I'm actually here to watch this video with you guys. So I'm actually gonna watch the video, which I don't get a chance to. Usually I'm making the video, but I'm gonna be able to watch the video with you guys while you're watching. Shout out, who's out there watching? And make sure that you share our video feed because then it will basically be a chance to share the video. And if we have any kind of feedback, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna be able to reply to you and chat along with you when watching the show. So did you guys have a nice day today? You're getting excited for Friday? Mm-hmm. Yes, I was here with my friend up in Orange County and we were working on stuff today. It was fun, challenging, tiring. See, I'm sharing right now, so make sure to share this live link so that you can watch it and or you can share and share all the awesomeness that we make every Friday for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna tag my people here. Let's see, Tawny, my buddy. I'm tagging a whole bunch of people to watch this video. I'm sure they love that I tagged all kinds of people here. Be like, hey everyone, gotta watch the show, you're gonna love it. See, it looks like we have 10 people watching our show. Yay! Okay, I posted my video. We have 5 minutes till live. We're gonna start it. Hey, Carolyn, she's so much fun. I'm really happy you're watching our show with us. We're gonna have James is gonna do a how to make fry bread. So you guys are gonna enjoy that. We have a great interview with Tawny. It's just really, we had a fun time talking about powwow foods and whatever. Yeah, it was really nice for Carolyn. She went to the powwow and I was able to say, hey, Carolyn, let me show you around. So we walked around and I got to show her the stadium. It's such a beautiful stadium. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping to be able to go this fall to an ASU football game. So we'll see if that happens. I still want to take Dan. He's never been to a home ASU football game. And I told him, I'm like, you do not even know what home football games are until you've gone to an ASU football game. Fry bread. Yes. Yes, fry bread. So excited about this show. This is going to be a good one. And Tawny's on it. She's a really good friend. I feel like she's my powwow sister. I've just known her for many years. I've known her family for many years, so it's kind of awesome that I got her to come on our show. Yay! So yeah. So anyone else out there who's watching? This is we have some people watching, and only Carolyn is replying. So I know we have more than one person there. So yeah, today it was such a beautiful day. Princess Leia is working on potty training outside. She's doing really good. She got to play with the kitty cat a few times today, and she got her first ice cream sundae today. I'm going to be sharing that video with you guys probably in the next coming weeks. It's really cute. But she's doing really good. She's taking a nap right now. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer from Canada. We have Canada in the house. 3 minutes till live video. The video starts in 3 minutes. Share the video. Share. So yeah, it's a really nice little trip. Came to visit my friend from college. And we're gonna play a Back to the Future game probably tomorrow.
No, we're doing it tonight.
Oh, we're doing it tonight? Okay.
No, I don't.
Yes, it's getting late. We were working today, so it was a lot of work. So, but yeah, and then we went to this place called Heroes for dinner. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I got a Cobb salad. It was delish. And then we went to a place called Brewster's Real Ice Cream in Orange, and it was actually pretty good. I did like the cookie dough, but I do have to say I would have liked to see more marshmallows in the Rocky Road. I like Heather now. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell her. Give some advice. Say, my friend who's just an expert on Rocky Road says, not enough marshmallow. You like the almond bits. Oh, I like the almond bits. I like it when I bite into my Rocky Road ice cream and I don't break my teeth off because I'm biting into whole almonds. Oh, there's Princess Leia. She's telling everyone, hey, watch the show. Oh, God. She's like, hey, watch the show. What are you barking at? Is there a cat? Oh, yes, it's Mr. Bo. She sees Mr. Bobo. Bobo. Where's Bobo? On the table. Well, he's been there the whole time. Oh, my goodness, how funny. Oh, my goodness, it's only 2 minutes. 2 minutes till we're going to start. So who else is watching? I have 14 people now. It's going up, the number of people that are watching. Who else is watching? I see Carol Ann. I see Jennifer. Where are you guys watching from? We're in airing it in Orange. We're airing in Orange. We're live streaming from Orange, California, even though we're normally in Escondido. And then Maya from Chula Vista is in. She's in the house. And we have Canada in the house. Well, Medicine Hat in the house. We have Fallbrook in the house. Who else is in the house? Yeah, yes. Hello. Okay, it's almost time. Calvin Wagner from Camp California. Yay! I don't know where that is, but okay, we have Angela Sanchez from Mescalero, New Mexico. Cool. Okay, guys, we're going to start the show. So let me get this going. Let's see, I have to pull this thing down here. Princess Leia is saying, enjoy the show. So much fun. You guys are going to seriously just enjoy hearing about the ASU powwow and us and talking to Tawny. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we're going to have it. We got Tawny Baker, the coordinator for the powwow at ASU tonight on our show. This is going to be a cool interview. All right. Savea, I think it's 10 o'clock, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is. Let's count down.
All right. Let's count down because it's totally 10 o'clock on Friday night.
All right. You ready?
All right. 10.
9.
8.
7.
6.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1.
Showtime.
Explode.
It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Zavea Kamori-Yang and James Hermes. On tonight's show, Tawny Baker, the coordinator for the powwow at Arizona State University. President Obama once visited a powwow at Standing Rock Reservation. You know why he probably hasn't been back to another reservation powwow? Too many people were asking him to babysit. It's time to start the show.
I hit the right button right there. There we go. How you doing, Savea?
Doing good. Are we going to have a video?
I don't know. Let me guess that language. Savanese.
The what?
You're I'm guessing the language there. Savanese.
Savanese. Okay, yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Yes, it is.
Nailed it.
Okay, cool. So, are you ready to talk about your business this week and how it was?
Would probably better to talk about my business than me talking about your business.
Yes, it's probably.
Or do you want to talk about your business? Because it's none of my business.
I mean, it isn't any of your business, but we could talk about your business first.
Well, I'd rather talk about your business first.
Okay, then we'll talk about business.
Because your business is a lot more interesting than my business. My business is just business.
Well, okay, so we had...
That was funny, actually.
We had a funny thing that we did this week on our website. We had an Easter egg hunt on our website, and it was crazy fun. It was fun. So we basically I hid lots and lots of Easter eggs all over the website. And I found out that there were lots of people that really enjoyed it because they all looked around for them, found them, and bought them. So we had a pretty cool little Easter egg hunt, and it's been taking us, we're probably going to be done with shipping all the Easter eggs out on Wednesday. That's how many orders. It was crazy. We were just running around getting our Easter eggs all around. They're all over the store. We just had to go pick all of them up, and we had to go put them all in packages. It was crazy.
So all the Easter eggs were found, right?
Yes, we did find all of them. We made sure to check off the list.
So either people were that determined to find Easter eggs, or you just are not very good at hiding Easter eggs.
I think that it was kind of like one of those situations where we just poured the Easter eggs all over the floor.
Right. Poor bunny. What the bunnies for?
It was fun, though. It was fun. I always look forward to doing that, and we're going to do more of those this year because people had so much fun doing that we're going to do it again.
You're going to do more Easter egg hunts?
Not Easter egg hunts. It could be called other things.
July 4th eggs?
Maybe.
Halloween eggs?
Maybe.
Labor Day weekend eggs?
Maybe.
We might be inventing something that just doesn't have the same tone as Easter eggs.
Yes, so we'll see. I'll announce when we have, when we figure out what we're going to do.
Okay. So now I got to talk about my business, right?
Yeah, you got to talk about your business because it's none of my business.
None of your business. So I'm going to talk about my business. I will air my business, but not my dirty laundry. It was laundry day this morning, so
we don't know laundry. About your dirty laundry, honestly.
Well, it's all clean laundry now. There is no laundry.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, all right.
Got it.
Good.
Okay, I think we're done with that part of the questioning. All right. Start working on stuff. New things for some shows coming up. I have 2 shows booked for this year so far. Oh, yeah. Lakeside Rodeo, the end of August. I don't have the exact date in front of me, but basically that last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of August, the weekend before Labor Day weekend, you'll see us at Lakeside Rodeo, and we will be at the Bulls Only Rodeo the weekend of August 8th. It would be Friday night and Saturday night. We're at the Bulls Only Rodeo. Shows are booked. We got it.
Cool.
So that's happening. Possibly also Poway Rodeo. We'll be announcing about Barona Powell will be over there Labor Day weekend. I'll be announcing that probably toward the beginning to middle of May. This one I'll know because that's when they'll probably know to announce. Yes, that means the sign of Powell is to return. And that is such a huge thing right now. I've also been napping arrowheads. Look, it's just automatic. I say napping arrowheads. Savannah's got to do the same joke every time.
It's so funny, though.
Knapping. How about that? Should I go? I don't have the points in front of me. I could go grab them.
You want to grab them? Go grab them.
I'll go grab a few. I'll show some points. Savannah, entertain the audience. I will give you a topic to discuss. The Industrial Revolution was neither industrial nor revolution. Discuss.
Okay, guys. Hey, guys. Okay, so James is gone. So we should seriously, totally, razz him because he's not even going to be here this weekend. Okay, that's why we have to pre-record this show. I don't know if you guys know it's pre-recorded. So totally just need to start saying all kinds of nonsense things about James. Be funny. Let's see. What could we say? Oh, you know what? We should talk about how James is.
You do know. The audience already knows the show's pre-recorded. I want to know what you said because I edited this. But to be fair to you, Savannah, when we get to this part of the show, I will just close my eyes and ears and just let it be done. I will see no evil, hear no evil, or I will see no Savannah, hear no Savannah, but I will speak about Savannah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I made 3 obsidian ouchies.
Yeah, those are pretty scary. You could really make holes in people with those.
Oh yeah, I was up because I want to get these finished before I leave for the river. This weekend. Hence the show's why the show's pre-recorded. I was up at like 5:00 this morning finishing off of these so I could turn on knives tomorrow. And I was up early. I think I was up a little too early because it definitely bit me in a few places this morning. Obsidian,
Not
sharp volcanic glass.
Not fun.
My ouchie right there is proof. Okay. With that being done, I think it's time to move on to the interview, right?
Yeah. So, I'm really excited that we have Tawny on. I don't know if you guys know, but I help work at the ASU powwow, and I've worked there for many years, and I've worked with Tawny for many years, and this weekend would actually be the ASU powwow if we were doing it this year. Whoop! There's my screen.
I miss you, Savannah. I miss you. You're
crazy.
back. I miss my powwow family.
I was doing like this and just kind of like fiddling with my little elastic on my finger, and I tapped the hide the video. So it's kind of exciting that we're going to be doing something in place of that for this year. And we have some announcements that Tawny's making towards the end of the interview. So you guys are going to like to hear that information. So it's going to be great. But I've worked at the powwow for so many years. It's just been weird. Like we haven't had the powwow for 2 years. So.
Yeah. Shall we go and introduce this week's guest?
Yes, let's
bring it up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome this week's guest, Tawny Baker, coordinator for the powwow at Arizona State University.
Yay, Tawny!
Yay, Tawny. And welcome, Tawny. Welcome to Late Night Craft Talk. It is fantastic to have you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.
So happy that you could join us. Tawny's a longtime friend, and I consider my sister. So, anyway, okay. Yes.
You consider your sister, but you never say I'm your brother.
Well, I mean, I guess you could tell her you feel like.
Well, neither my mom wouldn't claim me either. So, as we've learned.
Yes, this is true. Yes. So it's true. We give each other hard times all the time, and Tawny's seen this many times. Even like in just the beginning, we're like, yeah, okay. So anyway,
you're probably getting the idea that even off the show, we still pick on each other just as much. It's not an act.
It's terrible.
One of the things we love is bring on here, and Savannah have known each other so long, and as I've talked to people to be guests on the show over the next couple months that are from the spring powwows, it's like 3 minutes of conversation, 20 minutes of just catching up. We miss our powwow family so much.
Yeah.
And just the committees, the dancers, everybody. And, powwows are supposed to be a bit of a family gathering and get together. It's a big time family reunion when they start up here in Southern California. And just, being able to have you on the show with Savannah is just, I'm sure it's just right there. It kind of fits the meaning.
I know we actually get to see each other this year. So yeah, because this weekend,
being able to have you on the show with Savannah.
The weekend where we have the ASU powwow in Arizona this weekend, so it's kind of like an appropriate time to have Tawny on as a guest.
Absolutely. Now, how long have you two known? You met through ASU powwow or the powwow at ASU?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you known each other, and how long have you both been working with the powwow?
Oh my gosh. Do you want to start, Tawny?
Like more than 1 year, less than 50?
Yeah, definitely. So I started working at it in 95.
26 years.
Yes.
If we include 2021.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I worked with Tawny's dad, Lee, for many years, and really nice guy, kind of like my powwow dad.
Mm-hmm. Powwow dad to many.
Yes. So,
and Tawny, how long have you been working with ASU powwow?
Oh, geez. I've been involved all of my life. First as just a dancer, participant, just always around the powwow. It was just a great family gathering, something we looked forward to every year. First when I was younger, and then later on helping out with head staff duties. I was the head judge like 2007, 2008. And then eventually, when my father passed away, my husband and the rest of our family as well decided to take over the coordinating, efforts and duties. So like really super involved starting 2014. So, yep. But otherwise, like I've been around it all my life. I remember it as long as I can remember, dancing there, having fun, visiting, hanging out with family and friends. And so, so my involvement became more and more involved throughout the years.
So in a way, if you look at it a certain way, you're like second generation involved in running the powwow.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Outstanding. How many years has ASU powwow been going on?
So the last time we had it in 2019, that was the 33rd annual. Yep.
So it's been many, many years.
Yeah, definitely more than one and less than 50.
Yes. So Tawny, tell us about your like feelings of powwows. Like, how did you start? Like, I mean, obviously your family's been involved with powwows, but what are your earliest memories of just going to powwows?
My earliest memories were just going with my mother and father. I also have a brother, but he wasn't too involved way back then. Just going around to the local powwows in the area and kind of getting to know different people. Mostly my dad, kind of making connections and expressing to them that I didn't want to dance and participate. So they, my dad reached out to friends that he knew that were involved and said, okay, like, how can we do this? Can you help us out? And so, just going and observing and seeing how everything kind of occurred. Also, my mom, she's been like a seamstress kind of all of her life. And so just going and observing, the different outfits and how things were made and created and what it all entailed. Like just doing that kind of stuff at first. Remember my mom making my first, I started as a fancy shawl dancer. And so my mom sewing and making my outfits and creating and doing her thing to encourage and, encourage that participation and wanting to be involved. So they were always so supportive of me, like all my life throughout getting involved and learning how to make the different types of outfits and regalia and all the pieces that are, included. They've just been very supportive and continue to support me. And then as I went on and had children, helping my kids out and getting them situated and always sewing for us and creating and taking us around traveling. That was a huge thing too. So, yeah.
Yay. So you met your significant other at a powwow.
I did. Yes, I met my husband Darnell at San Manuel powwow in 2000. So San Manuel is
special powwow too.
Special powwow, special gathering, special time of the year for us as well. I met him in 2000. We've been together since then. We have 3 beautiful children, and he also grew up, around the powwow trail. His father and his grandparents and his family. His grandfather was one of the original Mandaree singers, so from the Fort Berthold Reservation in North Dakota. So his family very involved, like all throughout their life as well too. So that's how he grew up as well, traveling, going to powwows, dancing, being involved like for as long as he could remember too. So, yep. And then now we do that for our kids. So same thing with them. My kids, they all dance since before they could walk, still carrying them around and their little outfits. And then just growing into it and being involved and participating and, building, their love for it. So
cool.
How neat is it to see your kids at ASU powwow dressed in to dance in the arena, knowing that your father was involved? Assume your father. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, your father was involved. Short memory. Whoopsie doos. But your father is involved, and now that your kids are there and dancing, just how on the scale of coolness, how cool is that?
It's extremely cool. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, they went through the motions same as me, like participating and just being there and dancing. And then eventually kind of stepping away from participating and dancing into like helping out and supporting the committee as they grew older. So wanting to be involved to help out, like my son loved to drive the golf cart around and, haul people into the powwow entrance from the parking lot and picking up trash every night, crawling under the bleachers.
I forgot about that. I'm like,
I don't know stuff from some vets I've ever run into. That's a lot of trash.
Yeah. So they went through like the same motions and experiences as I did too. First, just like dancing and just participating as a dancer, and then eventually just kind of like being support staff and just really growing up with it the same way that I did. So I think that's like cool.
One of the big advantages about growing up around powwow. I mean, literally growing up in a powwow around powwows. A lot of aunties and uncles. Lots.
Oh, yeah.
Never short a babysitter at a powwow.
So, what's really cool is the evolution of the ASU powwow and how it started. Because I remember back in like 95, like we didn't have walkie-talkies. And I was like, when I met like the next year, I'm like, seriously, I made a list. Okay, we need to do this. We need to do this. Like, I was like, these things need to change, So the next year we had walkie-talkies.
Well, you mean you started old school. You would go over, you make a decision. You'd have somebody in the golf cart going, or skateboard or whatever, or little red wagon going, hey, cross the arena. Time to start a grand entry. It's only 20 after 4.
It's crazy like how it's grown so much, and seeing the powwow develop over the years, where we had like, was it like a 2-3 person riser, like we had 2 of them, and then we went from that to like these huge grandstand like seating areas. And like the locations changing and stuff. So.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of changes. And I've seen how that all worked out. The location, the changes to the structures of the field that we used to be in. Remember, we had that huge field. Then they built, athletics practice facilities, and then we kind of slowly got into a smaller space.
Smaller and smaller.
Yep.
And more hidden. And less parking.
Oh gosh, parking.
So that sounds like development. I think you just described a couple of rodeos I've been involved with over the years, watching stuff get smaller. So what you are a coordinator for the powwow at ASU. What does that mean? What is that?
Oh, okay. So, what does that mean? Wow, that means so much.
I must have asked too broad a question, more than I thought, because I instantly regretted it. You mean to rephrase it? What do you do for the powwow?
Okay, so what do I do for the powwow? I think along with our small group, the planning committee at first in the early part of the year is a lot smaller. We coordinate with ASU, all the various departments that we needed to work with, confirm the dates, confirm the location, confirm, potential funding that we receive from ASU as well, because they do help out financially a little bit here. Start deciding who we want to invite for our head staff. So our host drums, our master of ceremonies, our arena director, our head judge, figure out hotel accommodations, honorariums for our head staff. And then we move into vendors, applications, what that's going to look like, how we want to make that be, the spaces, the availability, releasing those to the vendors. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. Prior to
it's almost like three. It's almost like three events, or bringing together a small town and event community over one weekend, or running three different events in one forum. Powwow, vendors. Then there's all the logistics, like you said. What departments are you working with ASU to bring to make this happen?
Athletics, parking, the president's
like
office,
security facilities,
police, health and safety, environmental health and safety. Yeah, a lot of different things go into it. I was a lot more involved in that process when we were at the band field. And then once we made that move to the stadium, there were individuals that took that over, and I was less involved. So that was fine with me, less work. And I could focus on kind of the more bigger and also smaller details of the actual powwow itself versus all of these like event planning logistics.
And I think a lot of people don't realize like ASU really, really wants to support this powwow, and they don't realize like ASU like really rolled out the red carpet for the powwow to be at the stadium, because that's like their most precious location on campus. It's precious. It's like super precious.
That has got to feel so, honored or humbling or anything to have the university back the powwow that much. We've been around. We've seen where universities go, oh, it's a powwow. They just treat it like any other, they treat it like just some whatever student union body event. Don't give it much care. It's not a big football game. Who cares? But the fact is they put that much effort and support behind a cultural event, a native cultural event, is damn nice. Damn nice to hear. We've seen some that are not very cooperative with their native student body, and it's cool. It's very cool to see this.
Yeah, and then our powwow in 2019 was the first cultural event that would be held in the Sun Devil Stadium. So it was a huge deal for us to be able to host the powwow there. They actually approached us as well too, like they wanted to host it. So there was huge renovations that occurred with the stadium, and this push to make it more of a community center to host all sorts of events and activities throughout the year, rather than just football games during the football season. So we were very super lucky and honored and appreciative that they like approached us and said, hey, this is what we want to do. Would you consider coming here, working with us? It was really cool.
Now I know what you have is a year-round commitment for the powwow coordinator. What typically, what does your 2 weeks look like after the powwow? I know there's a certain period of decompression, but you got to do an eval and follow up right after the event.
Certainly, yeah. And Savea also plays a huge role in this as well as the other committee members who are very involved throughout, the whole process. So just kind of, it used to be Sunday night, we had to pick up trash, we had to clean up everything, we had to wash dishes for the fry bread stand, like gather all of that equipment and everything.
The U-Haul truck.
Taking it back to storage, But so this past, in 2019, when the powwow was in the stadium, is like we didn't have to do any of that, and we didn't even know how to act or what to do with ourselves. So we were able to go have dinner and just really talk about everything that happened and process it all again, and like make notes of things we had already thought about, ideas, what have you, for the next year. So I think having it in the stadium takes care of a lot of that stuff that we won't.
It sounds like after so many years, you were finally spoiled a little bit.
Yeah, so we can really fine tune some of the things we want to do and the goals we have for the powwow.
Okay, So that's the first 2 weeks. Now, when does there's always a certain period, a few weeks, a couple months of decompression. Just go, it's done. And the powwows typically in April, middle of April, end of April. When does the cycle pick up for the following year? After a couple months, or 10 months out, 11 months out, 10 months out?
Yeah, I would say probably in the fall. So like September, October, I guess, is probably when I try to round everybody together once again. Savea usually likes to round people up and say, hey, what's going on? We need to talk about this. And so yeah, like trying to, again, figure out head staff, make sure our dates are set, start meeting with, each other and figuring out the plan for how to move forward.
And the closer you get to April, the more you go, all right, or you go ripping hair. A bit of both. I'm sure it's a bit of both.
I think that a lot of people don't realize how much effort, how much time, how much love, how much just pure heart goes into these events. It's so exponential what needs to be done to make these succeed.
Let me twist this interview a little around. Let's say I'm going to interview you and Tawny as both of you being I assume the current core there has been for a while for ASU Powwow. I'm doing this, 2 members of the core. How long has the core been together? Has it been like one central group for 20 years or so, or?
We've known Tawny and I worked a lot more together when she took over the powwow, but she was always involved with the powwow before. So I know,
but I'm saying you've always got a core group. You've got a core group that does it. How many years has your core group been working together on this powwow? I know it's not 33 years, but
I'd say like 20.
Yeah,
20 years.
It's been the same small group of people for pretty much, actually more than as long as I've been doing it. I know a lot of the people that have been there have been around this whole time. A large percentage of the people. So it's a small group.
Has anybody burned out?
Well, sometimes, I don't know, some of them are staff that they don't work for the university anymore.
Got it.
That happened, where people, they just weren't there the next year.
Yeah,
I know it's kind of an odd question. I'm actually building to something here. You largely, you got your groups that are kind of afraid, but they stick with it, right?
Yes. Mostly, I say pretty much everyone is just, they're there.
They're there because they're dedicated to the love of powwow. That's what I was building to. I was hoping to go a little more elegantly, but it wasn't quite working.
I was like,
I guess me and the word elegant are antonyms.
I was like, building it up to what? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like I said, me and elegant are antonyms here. I tried.
Yeah. So, but it's really we put a lot of love into the powwow, and every year, we do it in memory of Lee. We do it in memory of all the people that have worked at the powwow. And, there's been really great head staff, like Sammy. Sammy's been gone for a few years, and it's, but he's always been, every time I see pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Sammy. So.
How many, to turn it over, what are some of your favorite head drums you've worked with, or is that cool to ask that?
Yeah, certainly. So I think, since I always love bringing in family. So my husband's family's drums have come in, Mandarin, Young Bear. So it's really a good opportunity for his family members to come in and visit as well too. Black Bear, we had them 17 and 18, I believe. Okay. So they're from Manawan, Quebec. So that was really great to host them and have them come in, because a lot of the singers actually only speak their native language or French. So they're French Canadian. So that was really neat, and just, being around that and hosting them and trying to make sure that everything was well. And, that was really fun. Cozad is always a great time. Stony Park. I think my dad, before I came on, my dad really kind of prided himself in bringing in different drum groups like every year from like new and upcoming to try to like really, build them up and support them. And also really creating like family relationships with them over the years too. So, I've just always heard great stories from drum groups and different powwow family of the hospitality and the good caring that they received, when they were here. So yeah, I'm always thankful for that.
Yeah, I remember being at one powwow. I'm sure they love the reception you have and just the. I won't say the perks, but your sincerity for loving having them there and you're wanting to take care of them. It just reminds me of just off topic here just for a minute. Remember one powwow, they took a lot of pride in what they're doing. It's a small reservation. First time they're actually trying to run a powwow. They went with all locals. They brought in, the local tribal members to be the committee and bring it in. And they'd really never ever done a gathering like that before. Brought in, pretty good, well-known arena director and whatnot, and their head staff. And it was kind of a pretty rural area. And I just remember the arena director looking at his lunch going, including all the head staff and everybody at their bologna sandwiches. I never, just the look of the MC going, the MC going, this, like, I've got 2 bologna sandwiches. He's like, all right, this is classic. But, a lot of powwows didn't have different events. There's some that'll have, the switch, switch dancers. That'll be their fun thing. Spotlight 29 has their powwow Ironman with the men's fancy. What really cool events are unique or do you really enjoy seeing at ASU powwow?
I think the highlight of our weekend is the Tiny Talk Grand Entry. So we saw this happen at Saboba Casino Powwow, actually, for the first time. And so it was just, a procession of all the young ones dancing in their own grand entry. They even had their own little flags. And it was just the greatest thing ever to see. And so my dad really loved that idea. And he was like, we should do this at ASU. So that's where that idea came from. It's from Saboba powwow. And so
that is cooler than the puppy bowl. Okay.
It's really cute. The little kids are so adorable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, so that's kind of the highlight. That's our Saturday Night Live as we get into the event. So Saturday night, so that starts us out. So, just love highlighting, the younger generation, the little ones, create a space for them too. And honor them. And
So what's been your favorite specials? Because I know that we've done at the powwow, we've done some special things. Like I know that we did a cowboy thing once. We did teams.
Did you do a boots and hat special?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Ah, awesome. I've yet to see that in California.
What was your favorite one of the years? Did you remember? Because there's a lot of really fun ones.
Yeah, we've had a lot of different things happen. Geez, I don't know if I have a favorite. My family. Yeah, I would say the cowboy dance special that was hosted by Daryl Goodwill the first time we had it there. So his family put on that special. So it's a cowboy and cowgirl dance for adults, and it was just really neat to see because that's when that became more popular in powwows, and we're seeing a lot of that happening more. So yeah, I think that was probably one of my favorites. Because for a long time, the only time I had seen that special was in North Dakota at the Mandaree Celebration, North Dakota. That's years and years ago. And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. We had never done that around here. And eventually it became more popular and done a lot throughout, all the areas of the United States. So
That's really cool. Yes. So James, do you have any more questions?
It's just been a great revisiting pals and just hearing the talk, and I miss the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm. It's
really
weird though that we haven't had powwows because Tawny, last year, I'm like, gosh, Tawny, right now, what will we be doing? We were running around, running to get this, running to get that, getting ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember last year.
Card and lots of gas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember last year at this time we were like, oh, we would be doing this, and the weather was so beautiful. Like it would have just been amazing, like mid 80-degree weather all weekend. It was like, ah.
Yeah, but if you're importing if you're bringing in invited drums from Canada and whatnot, and they come down to the mid 80s, you might as well just slap them in Death Valley in August. I've had friends that come down for Indio Powwow. When Indio Powwow used to happen at the end of March every year, mind you, Indio Powwow is like 8 feet below sea level. It's hot. And I had a friend come from her family came from Upper Peninsula, Michigan, Menominee Reservation. And it was 82 degrees, and she's lying in her booth like this going, how do you people live here in this hell?
It does get hot in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It gets really hot.
It gets hotter in Indio than Phoenix.
No, I don't think so.
We get into the contest about this sometimes.
No. I think Phoenix is so hot. It's like, okay, you know what? I just thought of this. You know why Phoenix is hotter than Indio? Because
it's not.
Because the population of the amount of people driving their cars, turning on their air conditioner units, driving everywhere. Then you have like just all that crazy of all those people breathing out air, and then it's all the sun. It's like, okay, if you look at just that population of Phoenix versus the population of Indio, that makes it much hotter.
No, actually, you know why it's Phoenix? You can definitely tell that Indio's hotter than Phoenix. Because if people got their choice between the two places, they definitely go to Phoenix. That's why the Phoenix is so much more bigger. Logic, Savannah, logic.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I can agree to that.
You'll just agree with logic? Okay. Believe in your force thing with your light up light stick called the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Science.
We've had lights on the show together, Tawny.
We're talking here now. Well, yeah, we got to interview Tawny. That's right. We got to get back to this. Sorry, Tawny.
So, what do you look forward to for the next year for the powwow?
Yeah, so I'm super excited. I think, we got to see as a committee how the powwow looked and was and felt within that space, and also the stadium, the department, the staff that we work with from there. That was essentially, I think for a lot of them, their first time being at a powwow and let alone hosting one. So it was a really good learning experience for everybody, so they could actually see how it all worked together. And then also really noting how we can make really great improvements for 2022. So so seeing how it all works together and figuring out, okay, how can we address this issue or that issue or what have you, and make it a better experience for everybody that's there. So I'm really excited for that. We have some really great ideas for improvements, some plans as we move forward, head staff that we have in mind already that we're supposed to be ready to go, for 2020, but that didn't happen. So I'm just really excited to gather once again and come together and be in that space and celebrate and be with everybody.
It's really, and that space has so much room to grow and be, and just it has so much potential, and we're really aware of, really making it a great space for the powwow. Mm-hmm. So there's just so much growth, and it's going to happen, and we're planning on making it happen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2 thumbs up. I just have, as we're getting ready to wind down the interview here, I just remember this. A friend of mine, and this is probably 28 years ago, said, and I think it was ASU Powwow, he described it used to be an event called Indian Car. And it's not really the song, but people have to bring out their old beat up trucks out onto the field. And if it didn't make it under its own power, it was disqualified, but it basically brought out for the ugliest truck contest. And it had to be registered. It had to be registered, current registration. It was called the Indian Truck Contest. Is that, y'all remember anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
I haven't heard the story. The friend's been passed away a very long time, but I remember him telling the story from the ASU powwow a very long time ago. And I'm like, for a powwow in Arizona, I'm wondering if it was that powwow. So, hey, maybe I just gave you an idea for a new event. Or you bringing back a favorite event.
We never know. We could take it to consideration, right, Tawny?
I'll want to enter my F-150 in that one. Well, if you announce a contest and you see somebody going over and starts buying a bunch of bumper stickers, you know somebody's getting ready to enter that contest.
Nice.
Okay. A little bit of baling wire.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Tawny, for joining us. And it was really nice to talk about the ASU powwow and talk about Lee and talk about your family. And it just was really nice. It's almost like, oh my gosh, this weekend, it's like almost, having the memories and the good feelings for.
Yeah, certainly. Yes. Thank you for asking me to join. It's great to connect with you. So we will share that we are scheduled for April 8, 9, and 10, 2022 at the Sun Devil Stadium. So stay tuned. More information to come. Yeah, we will see you over there. Thank you.
Yay. Thank
you. Thank you, Tawny, so much for being on the show.
Hi, James. Thank you.
Bye. I'm just really happy that we got Tawny on. She's such a great person, and I've worked with her for many years. And I'm just really happy that we could actually have this on. This video is going to be put on the Powwow ASU.
That's awesome. I just miss talking shop. This powwow, that special, this powwow. My particular favorite has always been Boots and Hat and the Broom Dance specials.
Yeah.
But y'all do the Boots and Hat special, so that's awesome. But it makes me kind of hungry for some of the food from powwows.
I know, there's such good stuff. Oh my goodness.
What's some of your favorite food from powwows?
I always love the fresh roasted corn. I love that. It's so good.
How about a fry bread burger?
Oh, I like that one.
Well, it's just like gluttony wrapped in wonderfulness.
It's so good, and you just get lots of lettuce and tomatoes and onions in there, and it's like this huge burger.
I know it's like a Texas bun. It's huge.
Yeah, usually it's funny because we actually had the hamburger at the ASU powwow, and I liked it, but I like to split it and share it with someone because it was like 2 patties, and they folded it. It was it was so big.
Yeah. I just like a good fry bread with some sweet or actually raw honey for me personally. I like it with the raw honey. That is the bomb. I love that.
Well, good. Actually, that's a lot like beignets.
Who?
Beignets, the New Orleans food where they have the dough and you put the powdered sugar and the honey.
We're talking fry bread and powwows, not Cajun New Orleans. Did you already forget the focus of the show, Savannah?
Oh, I just was saying it's similar. Jeez.
Yeah, actually, there was a friend of mine that texted me last night because I was cooking fry bread last night. And seriously, let me look this up real fast.
Okay.
Where is it? Here we go. I texted her a picture of the fry bread I was making last night.
Okay.
And she says it is similar. She goes, looks good. I said, fry bread power. She goes, yes, similar to Tunisian fricasse. Is that how it's pronounced? Fricasse.
Fricasse.
Fricasse. Tunisian fricasse I made yesterday. We should compare recipes.
Yeah.
And she says it's her traditional end of Passover meal because Passover just ended for those of the Jewish faith a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she says she made it for her kids, but her kids would rather have had pizza. But everybody, those from Norway may call them scones. I was at a truck stop once. I had to haul some kids with me, and they're from Southern California. We're going over to a function over in Colorado. We're at a truck stop, and one of the kids goes, and there were some native kids, and they go, "Hey, hey, fry bread. There's fry bread in the breakfast buffet at the truck stop. I'm like, actually, that's called scones. It sure looks like fry bread.
Actually, it's funny that you say that, but in China, they have a dish called a Chinese donut, and it's actually like a dough that's like, it has a very similar flavor to fry bread, and it's puffy.
Yeah.
And they eat it in their soups, and then also they cover it with sugar, just sugar, and it's like a donut.
Wow. Well, you know what? It all started with the with natives in North America.
Exactly.
Because we started the fry bread thing. Everybody else goes, oh, we'll call it this, we'll call it that. No, fry bread started here. Now, each of you from each native nation may start individually taking credit for your tribe starting it.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's a lot of different variations. I know that some people really prefer eating fry bread that's made with bluebird flour.
And some people prefer making it with flour.
Really?
All I use is flour. Have you made it?
Yeah. And I made it with bluebird flour, and it tastes really good.
You did like once. You've only cooked it once, right?
No, I cooked it 2 times.
2 times. Got it. I used to do
3 or 4 times. I tried making it before, and I wasn't very good at the last times that I made it. I made it with bluebird flour, and it tasted really good. So I don't know, maybe it was the recipe, because there's lots of different recipes out there. There's family recipes. There's recipes on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere.
The flour definitely makes a difference. When I used to do classes in the 90s up in Ottawa, which is a mountain town above Palm Springs, and I would do demonstrations up there, and we would cook fry bread for 30, 40 people. I'm used to cooking big batches of fry bread.
Yes.
Probably the biggest one was a function down at Balboa Park in San Diego, where my family and some friends came over to help out, and we cooked fry bread for 420 people.
Wow.
For lunch. It was 30 pounds of fry bread dough.
Crazy.
It was a lot of fry bread. It's haunting my dreams, but everybody's got the recipe. I think, matter of fact, us being the informational show that we are, entertainment and informational, you think some people might want to learn how to make fry bread?
Yeah, you know what? I think that it would be very interesting to see how you do it. Everyone, like I said, everyone kind of has their own variation of how they do their own fry bread. And actually, maybe you have some tips that they can use to expand their expertise.
Well, I am known as you've got Superman, Batman, Aquaman. I am fry bread man. I shall exercise my power. Ladies and gentlemen.
Fry bread man.
Fry bread man. I seriously need to get that blue shirt with the shield from Smoke Signal that says fry bread power. That shirt will never get old. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I shall exercise my superpowers and teach how to make fry bread.
Yay! Fry bread! Woo!
Hello, Late Night Craft Talk. Are you missing the powwow season? Are you missing the smells and the aroma and the tastes of powwows? Well, not to fear. I'm here to help you make some powwow comfort food. I'm going to teach you how to make fry bread. All you need to make fry bread is some flour, baking powder, not baking soda. Don't do that. I had a friend that did that once. He was going from all the salt, but baking powder, just a little pinch of salt, and mix it up in the bowl, and then you're going to fry it in vegetable oil or lard. Okay, what we're going to start doing is we're going to put some flour in the bowl. So we're going to do a couple things of flour. Now, I don't have exact measurements. I just kind of go by feel and what looks like it's about right. I'm going to do a small batch of fry bread right here. So I'm just going to do a couple of scoops here. And now I'm going to add, like I said, this is really unscientific. I just go by feel on this one to make my awesomest fry bread. We're going to do just a little scoop like that of baking powder, and probably do a little bit more if there was a bigger batch, but this is a small batch, but I don't want to go crazy on fry bread. We just do just a little dab of salt, and that's probably too much, so I'm going to take some out of there, but you can see the little bit of salt. That's actually too much. I'm just going to do 3/4 of that. Put the rest away. Now, that's ready to go. Here comes the messy part. Water. So I'm just to add a little bit of water. And we're going to mix it up by hand, because that's what I'm used to doing. You want to mix it up by hand, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The way you taught me to do it.
That's the way I taught me to do it. Add a little bit more water. Now you want to add a little bit extra flour. Matter of fact, what I didn't do was add a little bit of flour to your hands like this, and that helps keep the dough from sticking to your hands. So a little late, but we're good. So we haven't used up the flour yet, so add a little bit more. And the thing is that if you add too much water, you can always add a little bit more flour, which makes more fry bread. See, now, I want to do this on purpose. I want to show you I added way too much water. Look at that dough. Way too runny. So we add a little bit more flour. And, you're definitely going to be washing your hands after this. So we add a little bit more. And that's still really runny, but, it doesn't take much flour to get it just right. Now, mind you, this is the first time I've probably done fry bread in about 1.5 years. Definitely since the pandemic started, but comfort food. And it's still a really, really runny. We basically want to get at this point is to add flour to the point that the flour is no longer being absorbed into the dough, and that tells you when it's about right. So here we go. We're actually getting there real quick, because you can see the dough right here is not sticking too much. Actually, and here we go. This is muy bueno. This is good. This is what we want to see. The dough is pliable. It's not sticking to my hands. This is exactly what I want to see. So that's enough to make, that's enough to make a few pieces. We're just going to go ahead and roll it through the flour here a little bit more. Make sure it's all absorbed, because there's still a few spots that needs to happen. Okay. Now you can start kneading it if you want to get it ready. But you want to have the dough give a chance to kind of settle for about, 5-10 minutes. Play by ear. The bigger the batch, the longer it's going to need to settle. This small bit is just going to need a few minutes. So we're going to let it settle, get kind of flat, and I'm going to go heat up the oil, and we're going to cook some fry bread. Now I'm going to add the vegetable oil into the fry pan. You want a fry pan that's a minimum a couple inches deep. So let's get that in there. Before I do that, let me use up the rest of this little bottle of it. So we're going to pour it in. You want it, what do you say, a couple inches deep?
Yeah.
You want it a couple inches deep.
About an inch.
About an inch and a half. I'm getting that from my off-camera advisor, even though I'm the one that taught her to make fry bread. So we pour a little bit more in here. And it's kind of a wasteful to use a lot of vegetable oil, but that should do it right there. Okay, that'll definitely cook it up nice. Now we're going to heat it up. When you turn on the oil, turn it on high. You want the oil probably about 5 minutes to get it warm enough. Ideally, when you put the fry bread in, you want 2 minutes is enough. Okay, my off-camera advisor told me 2 minutes. But anyway, you want it just hot enough that when you put the fry bread in, you basically count to 10, flip it over, take it out, and it's golden brown. That's a really hot oil, but not enough that it's going to, do spontaneous combustion and then, burn your house down. That would be a bad day, but it makes good fry bread. All right, the dough's just about dry enough, so you want to take some extra flour, put it on your hands, rub it around so the dough does not stick to your hands. And let's grab a little piece right here. Let's start forming it. So we want to take it and start spreading it out a bit. Still a little damp, but we think we can work with this. We're going to make kind of a small piece right here so you get an idea. Form it out. Some people I know like to put a hole in the middle like that so that it cooks a little more even through there. But if you put a hole in there, you try to make a fry bread taco, it'll fall out. That's bad, unless you just stick your mouth underneath and just use this kind of a funnel to eat the food. But let's go ahead and spread it out a bit, looking good. Oh, still a little sticky there, but we can work it out. A little bit more flour on the hands to keep it from sticking. Let's try it again. Probably let it sit for a couple minutes, but like I said, I think we'll be all right. Okay, spread it out, small piece. That's looking good. All right. Just go a little bit here. You don't let it get too thin in places. All right, we got a piece right there ready. Let's get ready to throw it on the oil. You want to take a small piece of the dough and just lay it in the pan to check the temperature of the fry bread. That's looking real good. It's turning brown pretty quick. That means the oil is about ready to go. There's a mini piece of fry bread. Kind of turn it over here a little bit. Call that a appetizer. Yeah, that's just turning golden brown pretty quick on the edges. We are good. All right, go get a bigger piece. All right, let's form this up. You want to get it going. It's just a perfect set and just long enough. It's forming out real nice. Let's get that piece there. Spread it out, and we'll make it, don't let it get too thin in places. Trying to keep that in the camera. Okay, that's looking real good. Now you just want to just lay it in the oil. Don't slam it down, because that oil will get on you and it'll burn. It'll not be a nice day. So there it is cooking. Wait till it gets kind of golden brown along the edges. That'll tell you when it's time to flip it. And that's looking good. Okay, it's starting to get brown along the edges. Let's flip it over. I probably did that a hair too early, but we're okay. There it goes. Does not take very long to cook this. What do you say, late night craft talk crowd? Or as Maya calls it, the Friday crowd, you liking what you see? Let me know in the comments. Ooh, that's looking nice and brown right there. Ideally, you should just put it in. See it till it's brown, kind of golden brown on the edges, flip it over, and then boom, done. It's kind of different for me. I'm used to doing this in a Dutch oven over a fire, not on a fry pan in a kitchen. Looking good. Just kind of, you see the evolution of the color there. Let's do just a hair longer. Flip it over on this side. Oh, yep. This side's definitely done. That'll be the last flip. And, oh, you can almost just literally see it turning gold. Yeah, let's just go just a hair longer. There we go. Fry bread. Lots of cholesterol, too. All right. The fry bread is cooked. It is looking awesome. Now, you already know about Indian tacos. I've already mentioned that. But here's how you can do fry bread as a dessert. You take some of this, and you can either add some powdered sugar to it, to the top right here. And there you go. Real good looking. Take a bite. Or, my personal favorite, and kind of an older style to do it, is you take some honey and you put it on top of the fry bread. That is called perfection. Just take a little bit here, a little bit of honey. Runs quick. Add it to the top of the fry bread. Add it there. Just need a little bit. Take a bite. Oh. Powwow comfort food. Okay, this is good stuff, but you got to be careful if you're cooking fry bread. Don't post it to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or any of those, because your neighbors, whomever, you will have complete strangers sneak in to steal some of the fry bread. So watch out. Be careful. It'll just disappear. You got to watch out for that. This is a valuable, valuable, valuable commodity food. Fry bread.
And that is how you make fry bread.
That looked pretty good, James. But you know what was really interesting? Who's that person that snuck into your kitchen?
What person that snuck into my kitchen? What are you talking about?
There was someone that snuck into your kitchen and took one of the fry bread.
You are just trying to make me paranoid.
I swear.
Audience watching, leave comments for Savea saying, no, you're just trying to make James all paranoid and it's not going to work. No. Yes, I pulled 2 jokes on you in last week's show. Well, I pulled 1 joke on you.
I'm not playing a joke. I'm serious. Go watch the video again.
I will do that. I will watch after the show. I will go watch the video and we'll talk about it next week.
Okay, watch it. Yeah. Okay, good. Good.
So many wonderful ways to make fry bread, so many uses for fry
Yes.
bread.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I was thinking, you know what? Fry bread, it smells so good. Like it just smells like when you smell it's like fry bread. Wouldn't fry bread make a great air freshener?
You know,
Like-
that gives me an idea. There are actually many uses, non-consumable uses of fry bread.
Yeah, so like, just it smells like fry bread, like fresh fried fry bread.
Yeah, it makes a good fresh scent freshener, but fry bread is very
Maybe not in the bathroom though.
no. That'd be weird. Okay. It would be weird.
That bathroom smells a lot like fry bread.
Boy, we have to bring up the bathroom and fry bread right there, because I was about to say fry bread is actually very absorbent.
Oh, okay.
And I don't mean adult diapers when you bring up bathroom, but something more, something with a combustion engine.
Yeah.
Like, fry bread actually makes a very good place to collect oil when you change your own oil on your vehicle.
Well, you know what? That makes sense because, if you have a fry bread that's old and it's been sitting around for a while, like say you make a bunch of fry bread and you don't get a chance to eat them all.
Yeah.
Really good use for one.
Absolutely. You have a use for fry bread? A non-consumable use for fry bread?
Yeah, I was thinking that, when fry bread gets old, like you could actually use it as like a Frisbee because it gets really hard. So
Yeah.
you can just do like a Frisbee toss to each other.
You could do fry bread discus.
Yes. Even if you use a dog to fry it, you may worry it may not come back to you because the dog might take some bites out of it.
Yeah, chip the tooth. But when you're throwing discus, if the wind's blowing, it could go over, break the window or something. Which reminds me, if you got from fry bread that's getting kind of stale, there's another use. Wind chimes.
Oh, that's really smart.
Red wind chimes.
Yes, you definitely would know the wind was going if you saw that moving around.
Or who it's aiming away from.
Nice. So
all right, your turn. What's a good use you have for a non-consumable use of fry bread?
So you know how fry bread gets really hard, right? So I was thinking maybe it would be a good, like you could use it like a Brillo pad in like a bathtub, like to clean it.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Matter of fact, I don't know. I'm flashing back to that commercial we did when the show was still fairly new. In our first few weeks, we did that commercial where we debuted Earl from Quarantinos, and he talked about the fry bread Mucosol inserts.
Yeah.
Fry bread is kind of cushy. It's actually pretty cushy, and I was thinking about that, and I experimented. I've talked about it on the show before. I like to kayak a lot, and it reminded me that, and I tried this last weekend when I got done teaching kayaking classes. But I actually took some fry bread and made a kayak seat cushion.
Oh, that's smart.
Just don't add powdered sugar or honey.
Yeah, that might be a little weird.
Before it uses a seat cushion. Because things get weird.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yep.
So, I was thinking about, fry bread kind of has like, it gets really flat and you can actually make really big ones. Like you could actually make fry bread really big, right? And I was thinking, what if you made a purse out of fry bread?
I dig it.
That's kind of cool.
Fry bread can be a fashion accessory.
Yes, exactly.
2 pieces of fry bread back to back right there. Make a fry bread purse.
Like a purse. And then when you get hungry, you're like...
You can go. Have you ever thought of a hat? A high fashion fry bread fashion accessory?
Hat. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, actually, you don't know how square on you are. Take a look.
Wow, that's amazing.
Class fashion right there.
And you know what? Fry bread is so organic, like just the shape of it. It's not very square like a piece of bread. So you can get some really interesting hat shapes on that.
Absolutely. You can. I'm sure there's ways to make a top hat with it too.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Beaded fry bread top hat.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Beaded fry bread top hat.
Well, if people want to talk about, having sustainable fashion trends.
Yes, yes.
And then there's these edible fashion trends.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up right there.
No, it's like the candy jewelry.
What?
Like candy jewelry. You know how like they have the candy that's on a string and you can.
I got confused with that as a lot of kid, and I had a big dental bill. I'm kidding.
You're like, yeah, a few of my teeth, like they just didn't grow back. I don't know what happened.
Thank God they don't grew back. Okay. This has been a fun show. I think we have one more. We have an official announcement for right now, right?
Yes. So we just wanted, to announce again that the ASU powwow is going to be.
Let me get up the slide. And here we go.
Okay. So the ASU powwow will return on April 8th, 9th, and 10th, 2022. So we're really excited about it. And I'm so excited to be going back to the ASU powwow in 2022. So it's going to be nice to see my powwow family.
Absolutely. And, that's next week's show. We're going to be, we'll be announcing it on Monday, what it is, but we want to definitely get this information out there, let everybody know. ASU be back 2022.
Yay.
Awesomeness. All right. So that about wraps up the evening for us, right?
Yes, it is. Yes. So
okay.
Thank you so much for watching our show. Actually, it's interesting. This show is actually going to be shared on Facebook on 3 different pages. It's going to be on Dancing Bear Indian Trader, Elk Rack Traders, and Powwow at ASU. So we have three different 3 different outlets. So if you didn't get a chance to before, make sure that you like and follow each of our pages, Dancing Bear Indian Trader, Elk Rack Traders, and Powwow at ASU. And we actually post this video on YouTube, and it's going to be on all of our channels, our pages. And make sure that, if you like what you saw, you can check us out. Every Friday night, we post a new video of, fun, and we have interesting guests and topics and whatnot that we talk about on Dancing Bear Indian Trader and Elk Rack Traders.
Absolutely. And just to continue with tonight's theme is we've been contacting some of the powwow committees that powwows normally happen in the spring, the spring gatherings, that aren't able to have it happen a second year in a row now. And we're all squaring away. We're coming back 2022, but we're going to be over the next couple months, we're going to be bringing on some of the members of those powwow committees to talk about the respective powwows and what's special about them. I mean, every powwow is special, but, just talk about their journey, their story about their powwow, and what we're all looking forward to at their powwow, and especially themselves when they come back next spring.
Yes. So yay, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching our show with us. I hope you had a little bit of fun with our powwow fry bread bits that we do, because we always like to do little comic bits on our show, and we thought it would be we thought it would be fun to kind of talk about different fun uses for fry bread other than eating.
And eating. We ready?
Yay! So thank you guys for watching.
Everyone, thank you for watching. This has been another episode of Late Night Craft Talk.
Ain't he cute?